Hi, Precious. It's me, Mutiara Zuhri. Nice to meet you guys. Well, how have you guys been doing? I hope everything's okay. Everything's fine, as it should. Sending you lots of love from here. Well, I have questions for you guys. Have you ever considered what is harder than loving someone else? What is harder than accepting someone else's flaws? Do you already have the answer, or are you stuck in? Then let me answer it for you. What is harder than loving someone else is loving our own selves. What is harder than accepting someone else's flaws is accepting our own flaws. Sadly, that's the truth. Why is it so difficult to love ourselves? Basically, the short answer to this question is we were raised in a society that didn't teach us self-love. We are always being taught to be kind to others, but we are never being taught to be kind to ourselves. This may not seem very important to some, but actually, self-love is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Have you count on how many times you compare yourself to others? The times when we're looking into the mirror, most of us see a lot of different flaws and remember too many past experiences and feelings to love ourselves over and over again, and then start to comparing ourselves with others. Oh, she's prettier than me. I wish I could be as beautiful as her. If only I got that muscular body just like him. I will be so much more happier if I have a thinner body. Why am I so stupid? I really want to be as smart as them. And many others comparison sayings. Guys, friendly reminder that we are plural beings. We were not born with exactly the same body. We were not born with exactly the same brain. We were not born the same. We were just born differently to make this world more colorful because we are nobody but us. Our acne prone skin, our short body, our bloaty belly, our cellulite, our dark or pale skin, our hairy skin. There's no way those things are our flaws. That's just a sign that we are unique. So we don't have to hate ourselves because of that. Because really, those things aren't flaws. Carrying a lot of negative emotions like jealousy, disgust, and rage can have a negative impact. The less we love ourselves, the less we listen to ourselves, and the less we understand ourselves, the more confused, the more upset, and the more frustrated we will be in life. I've been trying to differentiate some types, and basically, there are three types of the can't love ourselves kind of people. The first type is the one who is always being insecure of their physical look. Some think they are ugly just because they have acne on their face. Some think that they are ugly because they are fat. Some think that they are ugly because they have dark skin, and etc. Thinking that beauty privilege is a very high wall that they can't climb. Well, the fact is, yes, I have to agree that beauty privilege is indeed exists, but that doesn't mean that beauty privilege is a very high wall that we can't climb. Beauty is not about physical look only. Beauty is an infinite definition. Just because we have acne on our face doesn't mean we're ugly. Acne are normal. That's who we know. We can't control it. Even in some cases, even when we are always clean and neat, still though, we can control the acne. Just because we are fat doesn't mean that we are ugly. I have a question for you. Do you think that size really matters? Well, The answer is size is just a size. It won't make us ugly. Being skinny, being fat is not a sin. For real. Just because we are dark doesn't mean that we are ugly. Beauty doesn't have any correlation with color at all. All the beauty standards were built from society, even it can be built from our own self. While in reality, beauty has no standard. Beauty can be found on any kind of beauty itself. Instead, if only we have been trying to accept ourselves, trying to love ourselves, but we are not feeling comfortable on some aspects. For example, yes, I do accept my acne, but I really wish I can get rid of it because it doesn't make me feel comfortable. Then we have to remember that we can make a change. So do make a change. Go buy skincare products, go eat healthy foods, and go do anything to get rid of the acne. Or another example, some of us feel uncomfortable of being skinny and wanting to have a muscular body. So go make a change. Do exercises, go to the gym, eat nutritious foods, and do another stuff that can gain your body mass and form your muscle. In this case, I have an example. This example comes from a C-pop and K-pop singer from a group named Wavy. His name is Xiao Dejun, and he was skinny back then. Yeah, this was basically him back then. You can see that he was quite skinny, right? And this is basically him right now. He did a lot of gym stuffs. He did a lot of exercises, and yeah, finally it's him now. He formed his muscle, he gained his body mass. He did that is not because he hates himself, but because he simply doesn't feel comfortable with himself of being skinny. So the next example comes from me myself. I've been through a diet process. Back then, I was just graduated from elementary school. Yep, pause and imagine a girl who has just graduated from elementary school, basically an 11 years old girl, did diet. I did. Yeah, this was me when I was in elementary school. As you guys can see, I was fat indeed. I had thick body and short body also, so that's why people called me fatty, I guess. So the thing is, I didn't do diet because I hate myself. I didn't do diet because I hate myself. Not at all. But there's a saying from one of my old friend, like this was so markable in my heart. I don't know why. The reason, like back then we were in a shuttle car and throwing jokes to each other, like I was joking him and he was joking me, but here comes the time when he threw a joke like this. Oh, please don't be mad at me. Stop being mad at me. I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of a fatty girl, a daughter of an elephant, mad at me. Please stop. The car is shaking right now. Yeah, that stuff's like, I mean, like, I didn't mad at him, not at all. I knew that that was a joke. Like, I can deal with that. But really, his words are so remarkable. Like, until now, I still remember exactly what he said. Disclaimer, once again, I told you guys before, so I didn't do diet because I hate myself. But instead, I did diet because I love myself, because I appreciate. You know, the thing on my mind back then was If I did diet and become a normal sized girl, so they won't be able to throw any fatty jokes anymore. Like, oh, poor you, you can't throw that fatty jokes anymore to me because I'm not any longer that fatty. So yeah, that's what makes me want to do diet. Yeah, because I am precious. Nobody should drag me down by telling that physical jokes. That's just nah. I didn't mad, but I take notes and I change. And here is me now. It's me now. I'm happier. Next, moving to the second type is the one who is always being insecure of their brain. This type of person is always to look up into somebody else's achievements, such as their score, their ranks, their winning in competitions and stuff. Pause. Guys, if you're having these insecurities, please remember that everybody mastering different skills. Yes, others might always get an excellent score in every exams. They might always be the number one in school, and they might win in competitions that you are losing to. But do you really forget the fact that everybody was born with their unique brain and skills are including that unique too? So if you're not doing so well in school, don't worry. Don't worry because if you look hard into your potentials, you might find your potential skills that brainy person in school wouldn't have. Last type, the third type is the one who is always being insecure of their past. Guys, frankly speaking, past remains in the past. Now, we are living in the stage that named present, which is being called present because indeed, today is always the present that God gave us. If yesterday we made a mistake, today is time to do the right thing in the right way so that we won't make the same mistake as we did yesterday. That's the right way to live in present. Yes, we all made a mistake yesterday, but don't hate ourselves for making mistake. Making mistake is a sign that we are human. Cheer up, fellas. We still have a long way to reach the future. Are you ready for the future? So live your past, live the fullest today. So, which type of can't love ourselves you're in? I hope that you're not into any of one type of that. And if yes, I want you to know that a K-pop megastar, Kim Namjoon from BTS, once said, if you want to love others, love yourself first. That is, he reminds us to love ourselves before we love anyone else. Our love to others would be incomplete before we love ourselves first. Loving ourselves provides us with self-confidence, self-worth, and in general, we feel more positive. If we can learn to love ourselves, we will feel happier and will learn to take the better care of ourselves. When we love ourselves unconditionally, our mindset shifts into the energy of love and abundance. It enables us to have more peace, more confidence, and more happiness, which encourages us. When we feel powerful, our attitude changes from pessimism to optimism, and we will attract more uplifting people and experiences in our life. To have self love, we should appreciate who we really are. We are much more than our physical self. We are much more than the score we got in school. We are a magnificent spiritual being within. Our true essence is that of pure positive energy, love, and light. We are infinite worth. It is our divine bright right to live a joyful life filled with love, happiness, peace, and prosperity. Well, we are now finally arrived to the conclusion time. Based on what I've said earlier, there are basically three types of can't love ourselves kind of person. First, those who hate themselves because of their physical look. Second, those who hate themselves because of their brain. And the third one is those who hate themselves because of their past. No matter what makes us hate ourselves right now, please remember that people were born differently to each other. Differences make the world more colorful. Beauty standards, smart standards are actually nonsense because beauty, smart, can be found from any different forms. Also, the mistakes, the sins we did yesterday, shouldn't be the reason we hate ourselves right now. Everybody do make mistakes. Yesterday was history. Today is the present. And tomorrow is the future, right? We are dynamic. We move. We change as the time passes by. Past should have remained in the past. Take notes from yesterday's mistake to better today. Take notes from today's mistake to better tomorrow. So, I guess after this, we can love ourselves in the right way, can't we? Of course, we can. I knew that. So, that's all for me. See you guys again next time. Please love yourself. Don't forget to love yourself.